What if I told you that sometimes your body doesn't need medicine to feel better? It just needs to believe it got one. Yeah, sounds fake. Sounds like one of those things you hear and go, okay, sure, whatever. But stay with me, because this might change the way you think about your own mind. Picture this. Someone gives you a sugar pill. No active ingredients, no magic chemicals, just sugar. And a few minutes later, your pain fades. Your headache eases. Your body relaxes. Nothing in the pill changed, but something in you did. That's the placebo effect, and it's way more powerful than most people realize. At its core, the placebo effect is simple. When you believe something will help you, your brain sometimes makes it true. Not metaphorically, biologically. Your brain doesn't just sit there thinking thoughts. It controls hormones, chemicals, immune responses, and even how strongly you feel pain. So when your brain expects relief, it can literally release real chemicals like endorphins and dopamine that create relief. In other words, belief can flip switches inside your body. Let's make this less sciencey and more real. Have you ever taken a painkiller and felt better before it could have physically kicked in? Like 5 minutes later, you're already going, yeah, I think it's working. That's not the medicine yet. That's your expectation doing the heavy lifting. Your brain heard, this will help, and went, say less. Here's a funny everyday example. Ever notice how a strong coffee wakes you up more than a weak one, even if both have the same caffeine? Or how a fancy-looking energy drink feels more powerful than a cheap one? Your body responds to the story you tell it. Doctors have tested this stuff in real studies. People with knee pain were told they were getting surgery. They went through the whole process, hospital, anesthesia, recovery, but some of them never actually got the real procedure. And guess what? Many of them still felt better, less pain, better movement, because their brain believed healing had happened. That's wild. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The placebo effect isn't about being dumb or gullible. Smart people experience it too, even doctors, even scientists, because it's not about logic, it's about expectation. Your brain is constantly predicting what will happen next, and those predictions shape how your body responds. When your brain predicts relief, safety, or healing, your nervous system shifts into a different mode. Stress hormones go down, pain signals quiet down, healing processes get a little boost. Belief changes biology. But, and this is important, belief can also work in the opposite direction. There's something called the nocebo effect. That's when negative expectations create negative symptoms. You read a long list of side effects, and suddenly you start feeling half of them. Your stomach hurts, you feel dizzy, your head feels weird. Did the medicine do that? Or did your brain prepare your body for danger? Your mind didn't wait to find out. It acted first. That's how powerful expectation is. Now, before anyone goes, so we don't need medicine at all? No, that's not the point. Placebo doesn't replace real treatment, but it works alongside it more than we give it credit. Think of belief like a volume knob. Medication, therapy, exercise, those are real tools, but belief can turn the volume up or down on how effective they feel. That's why two people can take the same treatment and have totally different experiences. One expects it to help, one expects it to fail. Their bodies follow the script. Here's the part that hits close to home. If belief can reduce pain, improve mood, and support healing, what do you think constant negative self-talk is doing? If your brain believes nothing ever works for me or I'll always feel like this, your body listens. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is trying to protect you by preparing for disappointment. The good news is, belief isn't just passive. You can influence it. Not by lying to yourself or pretending everything is perfect, but by being intentional with expectations. The words you repeat, the stories you tell yourself, the way you frame progress, they matter more than you think. And no, belief won't magically fix everything, but it can quietly make things easier or harder depending on how it's shaped.
So the placebo effect isn't about fake pills or tricks. It's about the deep connection between your mind and your body. Your thoughts don't just live in your head, they echo through your nervous system. And sometimes, believing something will help is already part of the healing. Which makes you wonder, if belief can change your biology without you even noticing, what else in your life is being shaped by the stories your brain keeps telling itself?